Hey, I'm back. I don't know, this is like the 10th time I'm trying to do this, man. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to come up with some editing. Anyways, look, last year, Uber paid like $750 million in fees for all the money all the revenue they generated. In other words, if you've ever been a merchant, you've ever had to use a credit card, you have to pay fees to the people that do the banking for you, right? And those fees are high. It's 4 or 5%, 3%, 1.5% for me because I'm lucky, but I still pay other fees on top of that 1.5% per transaction. But ultimately, every time I do a transaction with somebody else's credit card to put money into my pocket, I have to pay a fee to some scumbag, some banker. And if you're not aware of the fact that bankers, lawyers, and politicians are the biggest problem we have in the world today, because they're the biggest promise makers and they do the biggest, they create nothing but wealth extraction. That's the only thing they do. They do not create wealth. They do not build surfboards. They don't save your children from when they're in a riptide in the ocean. They don't freaking forge metal so that you can have a car. The bankers don't do shit. And they're taking fees from every motherfucker. The amount of money that's being taken just in fees alone by banks would be over $20,000 a year for every man, woman, and child in this country. And that's just in the US, all right? So with this in mind, I've taken my resources and I've devoted it to a concept, an experiment. I call it PITcoin. It's about participating in immutable transparency. John F. Kennedy said it best. You know, in a great American civilized society, secret societies are repugnant, and the idea that secrets need to be happening when it comes to transacting, you know, there's a reason that the Fed is not getting audited. All right, it's as simple as that. So what I want to do firstly here is firstly or at all, hopefully, luckily, if I can do this at all, I want to describe what PITcoin is, okay? PITcoin is essentially a bond. Now, that's going to probably be backwards because I don't know how to do any video editing, but essentially it's a bond. It's a bond between participants. Somebody buys some PITcoin, and what happens is as soon as they buy it, a PITcoin is created. There is no PITcoin to start off with. This is not some place where Brian Armstrong, Mike Novogratz, Winklevoss Brothers, Roger Ver, Richard Hart, any of these guys, Pierce Brock, that guy. Come on, what kind of fucking people are you talking about in this space? Why don't you pay attention to the protocols and the smart contracts? Let's do this. The idea of PITcoin is a fungible supply. You buy a PITcoin, it's created. You sell a PITcoin, it's destroyed. As they're bought, that Ethereum that is used to buy the PITcoin is stored in the PITcoin bond. I'm redefining a bond because a bond is not something that some fuckwit can fucking buy because this guy has dollars to fucking give this guy, so this guy can give this guy a promise about a bond. So this guy can create interest payments. Forgive me, but this bond is fucking immutable on the blockchain that anybody can see every single transaction on, and doesn't require a web face or anything, a web page or a web interface or anything. It just requires a wallet and your ability to be able to freaking get on Etherscan or any blockchain explorer. Okay, I will have a website so you can interface with the website, but it's in your best interest to learn MetaMask, and if crypto is going to be anything, people got to learn their wallets, and people got to get straight with the idea that, you know, Coinbase is going to wreck you when the market moves. Freaking Kraken, KuCoin, Binance, they're all to fuck you because they're part of the regulators' fucking scam on your ass. So this is something that doesn't need any regulation because it's regulated by the contract itself, and it enables the regulation of regulators. Regulators are the problem. These fucking people are the fucking problem, and this is what I'm trying to address. So anyways, people put money, they put Ethereum, this is all on the Ethereum network, or blockchain. People put money into the PITcoin bond, and PITcoin tokens are created. And if they decide to sell them and put them back in their wallet, they are destroyed. So there will be eventually, maybe at some point, 0 PITcoins. So over here, Johnny fucking decides to put 10 Bitcoin, 10 Ethereum in here to get 100 PITcoins. When he does that, he has to pay a 10% fee, and that 10% fee goes to these guys. Haven't put any Bitcoin in. That 10% fee will go to the other holders. So if it's just Bob over here who put the first Bitcoins in, into PITcoin, first Ethereum into the PITcoin bond, he's going to get that 10% fee. So now both John and Bob have PITcoins. Well, Larry comes along, and Larry wants to buy some PITcoins. So when Larry puts in his 10 PITcoins, he pays this guy and this guy, his 10% fee to buy those PITcoins go to these guys. And that's interest payments. Real time, instantly. You never fucking have to worry about some cocksucker telling you what you're gonna get paid tomorrow. You just wait to find out if somebody buys into the bond. And somebody sells out of the bond, they pay a 10% fee. And if you sit in the bond and enough transactions start happening, you're fucking making money like a corrupt son of a bitch. You know? But you're doing it based on the idea that you are all bonded under one immutable and transparent contract. You don't have some cocksucker coming along and fucking, usurping the whole fucking thing from you. It's just fucking, it's really simple. This is basic economics. This is an experiment that sees whether or not people need a fucking God above them and his intermediaries who are gonna fucking sell corporate bonds. This guy buys corporate bonds for this guy with money, with this guy's power of authority, with money that this guy printed out of thin air. Okay? Do we want more of these fuckwits? I mean, these fucking people need to die. It's about time, right? This is straight up what we need in the planet is something similar to this. I'm not saying this is what we need, but we need something where we can regulate the regulators and the participation in immutable transparency. Yeah, and sure, what other value? There is no utility in this. This is just a placement of value, but the utility in this is the idea that firstly, one of the most important things that I really dig about this platform or protocol is that if any exchange tries to put a PITcoin on, the exchanges are going to be the one paying the 10% buy and sell fee, or they're going to have to adjust for that and create a derivative of it. If enough people participate in this, the exchanges would have to fucking put this on there, and it would just fuck them to fucking no hell. All the exchanges, are the big problem. They're the ones who are fucking enabling all this extraction. I mean, all the corrupt sons of bitches. There's so many things that are going on and if we could just work, and okay, so I need a little incentive for people to participate in this, right? Well, here comes Bob. I mean, who do we got? Larry, John, Bob. Larry, John, Bob. Who do we got here? We'll call this Judy. Judy comes along and she wants to participate in here, but she wants to reward John for hooking her up. So when she buys in, she's using his affiliate link, and when she uses his affiliate link, he gets paid 3% of that 10. That 10% fee that everybody else got when Judy bought in, he gets his plus 3. And that's his interest payment. And if Judy was really smart, Judy would have 2 separate accounts, because Julie could go, oh, you know what? I'm gonna refer myself. So I'm gonna buy some in here. No, I've got a referral key. Now, when I'm going to buy in here, I'm going to give this I'm going to use their referral, and I'm going to end up paying myself that referral fee when everybody else when I'm distributing the interest payment of my purchase of the tokens in the bond. Now, if you understand all that, God bless you. This PITcoin, it's a pretty much, most people listening to this, they understand it's an hourglass contract, right? But the difference is I don't have any ambassadors. I don't have anybody that's starting out in the beginning of it that has an exponential greater amount of tokens than anybody else. I'm not holding back any tokens. There's no airdrop. This is exclusively based in participation and that immutable transparency part, because this contract can't be audited from here. I've had it tested. I've had it try to be hacked. Who knows? God knows how fucking good are the dozen. I had one of the developers at Ampleforth look at this and wish me, he was super critical. I explained and he's a good guy. There's people out there that want to help and make something maybe like this actually come to fruition. A virtual deposit contract based in the idea that there is no God above it. There is no higher authority above it. There is no whale that can come in. Like, imagine the Fed printed up these trillions of dollars and all they're doing is just making it so that they can own everything. That's all they're doing. Well, if they decided to come into the PITcoin bond and buy tokens, the PITcoin token, and their 80% would be locked in there, there would be no way to manipulate it because the 20% off the top went to everybody, and all they're going to be able to do is wait for other people to come in. And imagine that. Imagine if there was like, a few million people in PITcoin, and then the Fed just freaked out and stuck a bunch of money into it. What kind of power would they have over it? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. They'd become part of the bond. They'd be bonded to everybody else that's bonded in there. Instead of us bonding ourselves to the idea of the promissory notes that they make, the fiat, debt-generational, debt-based fiat Ponzi scheme that they fucking run over our ass. I'm sorry if you don't follow me. I need to get back on track with the entertainment network on my channel. But this is something I want to use on my channel to try and justify, you know, a solution, an answer to all the fucking bitching, moaning, and griping I do as the biggest whiner that you know. The biggest nagger. That's all I do is nag. And I need to like say, hey, look, doesn't this look like a good idea? I look forward to, you know, getting out there and, you know, putting my concept up against these book talkers. Gold, silver, you know, I'm all for it, but trying to transact in technology that like we do with gold and silver, come on, people. You know, and we can't think that like something like reserve rights, I mean, come on. Who are they really helping out? Who is anybody in crypto really helping out at the very end of the day when you look at each and every one of these projects? You know, if I'm lucky, yeah, you'll maybe use my referral link when I release the contract soon. But that's not my intent. My intent is to go, look, I got this idea. I freaking put money into it. I put other developers' time into it, and I put auditors' time into it. Let's see what other time can be put into it now. Yeah, man. I did terrible. Sorry, guys. Hopefully in further videos, I'll just keep doing my thing, and Bitcoin will be whatever it's going to be.